Hey, you're listening to Kinshasa today, and well, thanks for joining us as always. We're keeping track of what's happening right here at home.
Absolutely.
And today, the real buzz is all about our Leopards, the national team.
That's right. The squad list is out.
Oh,
Coach Desabre has made the call for the June training camp over in Orléans, France.
big news.
Big
And
news.
obviously, as massive football fans ourselves, we've been digging into the reports, from dépêche.cd, infos.cd.
And that big news site, le plus grand site d'information en République démocratique du Congo, all came out around May 8th, 9th, 10th.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, that's what we're going to do for you. We want to go beyond just listing names.
Yeah, unpack it a bit.
We're looking at the new guys, the ones getting their first call up, who's maybe surprisingly not on the list this time.
And what does it all signal? What's the plan looking forward?
Right, so let's kick off with the new blood. Yeah, the debutants.
Okay, so 3 guys who will be hoping to get their first cap for the DRC. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Afimico Pululu, and Steve Kapuadi.
Wan-Bissaka. Now that's a name I think pretty much everyone will know. Plays defense for West Ham in England, the Premier League.
Yeah, top level stuff. And before that, Manchester United, of course.
And what's really interesting for us, I think, is his history. He actually played for the DRC U17s way back.
Before he played for England's youth teams, yeah.
So him deciding now at senior level to represent the DRC, especially after, well, maybe waiting for that England senior call, it feels significant, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It feels like a conscious choice.
Yeah.
A connection to his roots. And purely from a football point of view.
Yeah.
Adding a defender with that kind of Premier League Man United background,
Yeah.
that can only strengthen the defense. His tackling, one-on-one, it's well known.
True. But how fast does he actually gel with the rest of the team? That's always the question with new players, especially in defense.
Good point. Integration is key. Okay, let's switch to Afimico Pululu.
Right, the forward. Playing in Poland.
Yep. Jagiellonia Białystok. That's the Ekstraklasa, their top league. And here's a really interesting bit from infos.cd.
Go on.
They highlighted he's currently the top scorer in the UEFA Conference League.
Wow, okay. Top scorer in a European competition. That's impressive.
It really is. It shows he knows where the goal is, handles pressure. The interesting part now is thinking, how does that translate,
Yeah.
To the international game with the Leopards?
Yeah, what kind of striker is he? Pace, positioning. How does Desabre plan to use him?
Exactly. Adds a different kind of threat, potentially.
And the third new guy, also from Poland, Steve Kapuadi.
Defender,
Yeah.
Dia Warzawa. Seems like Desabre or his scouts have been spending some time watching the Ekstraklasa.
Looks like it. Maybe see something specific there.
Could be. Focusing on players getting regular games at a decent European level. Adding another defender. Maybe looking to really solidify things at the back.
Makes sense. Okay, so that's the newcomers. But it's not just about them. Nathaniel Mbuku is back in the squad.
Yeah, good to see him back. Plays for Dynamo Zagreb over in Croatia.
He offers something, doesn't he? Bit of flair, versatility.
Definitely. Attacking midfield, wings. He's got some experience with the team already, which helps. His return could give us a bit of a creative spark.
So, Mbuku's back. We've got the 3 new faces. But that means some others are out.
Always the way, isn't it?
Henock Inonga, he's not on the list. Plays for FAR Rabat in Morocco. Reports are suggesting maybe lack of game time recently.
Yeah, that's often how it goes. It just shows, doesn't it? You need to be playing regularly, week in, week out, at your club to stay in contention for the national team, even someone with his quality.
Tough calls. And also missing are Grady Diangana
West Brom, yeah. Championship in England.
and Silas Katompa over in Serbia with Red Star Belgrade.
Right. Both guys have been important for us. Their absence. Well, it'll get people talking, for sure.
No doubt. Could be tactical. Maybe Desabre wants to try different options in these friendlies.
Could be. Or maybe minor knocks, other things we just don't know about. It highlights how competitive it is to get into the squad. Nobody's place is totally safe.
Okay, so let's talk about these friendlies. The squad is at 26 or 28, seeing slightly different numbers.
Yeah. Slight variation in the early reports. Depêche.cd listed 26. But the main point is they're heading to Orléans, France for a training camp in June.
And 2 games lined up.
That's right. Mali on June 5th. Then Madagascar on June 8th. Both played in France.
Good tests. And obviously the whole point is preparation, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's all about getting ready for those huge qualifiers coming up. The 2026 World Cup qualifiers.
And the 2025 AFCON qualifiers, too. CAN is in Morocco next year.
Exactly. These friendlies are Desabre's chance to really look at these new guys in a match situation, see how Mabuku fits back in, tweak the tactics.
Before those really high-stakes games, like that World Cup qualifier in September, away to South Sudan first.
And then the massive one, hosting Senegal, Stade Martyr, right here in Kinshasa.
Oh, imagine the atmosphere for that Senegal game. Incredible. Okay, so for you listening, if you want the full rundown, Depeche.cd had the list of 26. Should we quickly go through the positions?
Yeah, let's do it. Goalkeepers. Dimitri Bertaud from Montpellier, Leon Pazzi from Rodez, both in France, and Timothy Fayelou, FC Sions in Switzerland. Solid group.
Defenders, Gideon Kalulu, Juris Kambe, the new guy Steve Kapuadi, the Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Dylan Batupitsika, Rocky Bushiri.
Captain Chancellor Mbemba, though Infos.cd initially had him listed differently as Libre or free agent, I think. But Marseille seems right. Then Axel Tuanzebe and Arthur Masuaku.
Right, those little reporting differences happen. It's a strong defensive list, though. Lots of options, different types of players.
Yeah, good mix. Midfielders, Noah Sadiki, Meshak Elia, Charles Pickle, Samuel Matusami, Edo Kayembe, Theo Bongonda.
The returning Nathaniel Mbuku and Galeo Makua from Lille. Again, a mix of workers and creators in there.
Looks that way. And up front, the attack. Newcomer Afimico Pululu, Cedric Bakambu, Yoani Wissa, Fiston Kalala, Samuel Asende, and Simon Bensa.
Decent firepower there, too. Different kinds of forwards.
So, yeah, like we mentioned, maybe slight differences in how things were first reported in Mbemba's club. Inonga maybe being listed than not. That's pretty normal with breaking news like this.
Totally. But the main story is clear. Wan-Bissaka, Pululu, Kapuadi are in. Inonga, Diangana, Silas are out for this camp.
And for us Congolese football fans, well, this is always huge, isn't it? Sparks so much chat, so much debate.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's got an opinion. It gets you thinking about the team's potential, what we can achieve.
That passion is what makes it great. This squad, these friendlies in June, it's the next step for the Leopards. We'll get a first proper look at how this group might shape up.
Okay, so let's just recap the main points from our dive today. We've got the excitement of 3 new faces, Wan-Bissaka, Pululu, Kapuadi.
The welcome return of Nathaniel Mbuku.
But also some familiar names missing, like Inonga, Diangana, Silas for this particular camp.
And everyone knows these friendlies against Mali and Madagascar are super important. They're the building blocks for the World Cup and AFCON qualifiers.
Crucial steps. Which brings us to, well, the final thought for you listening in today.
Go on.
With these changes, especially bringing in someone like Wan-Bissaka and getting Mbuku back in the mix, how do you see the Leopards doing in those qualifiers? What are your hopes, your expectations? What's the ceiling for this team now? Something to think about.
Definitely. Lots of potential there. The next few months are going to be fascinating to watch.
Couldn't agree more. All right, make sure you keep it locked here on Kinshasa Today for all the latest local news and, of course, everything about our Leopards.
Until next time.
Catch you later.